Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Imiza Resti from Kampus Cengkareng, and today I will be presenting about cases of classroom conflict. Cases of classroom conflict. Classroom conflict happens all the time. It's not always about students being bad often. It's a sign that something deeper is going wrong. If we want classroom to be peaceful and productive, we need to understand what really causes conflict in the first place. A competitive environment. When students are pushed to constantly compete, they stop working together. Instead of being teammates, they become rivals. This can lead to, first, students trying to win instead of help each other. Second, fear of failure because it feels like losing means you're not good enough. Third, lack of group work skill. Fourth, not trust in classroom or teacher. An intolerant atmosphere. If the classroom doesn't feel safe and welcoming for everyone, students can form cliques or exclude others. This leads to, first, bullying or isolating students who are different. Second, racial or cultural prejudice. Third, students feeling lonely or left out. Fourth, jealousy over someone else's success, looks, or belonging. Poor communication. A lot of lies and arguments come from simple misunderstandings. When students or teachers don't express themselves clearly or don't really listen, conflict can easily grow. For example, first, students don't know how to say what they feel or need. Second, they're scared to speak up. Third, they ignore or misread others' emotion or body language. Unhealthy emotional expression. We all feel angry or frustrated sometimes. The problem is how we show it. When students haven't learned how to deal with emotion in a healthy way, conflict follows. This can include, first, bottling up feelings until they explode. Second, acting out in aggressive or harmful ways. Third, not knowing how to calm down or manage stress. Lack of conflict resolution skills. Most students aren't taught how to solve problems peacefully. Instead, they copy what they see at home, online, or on TV, which often means yelling, ignoring, or even fighting. Without better tools, they repeat the same patterns. Teachers' misuse of power. Sometimes, teachers accidentally create conflict by being too strict or unfair. This happens when, first, expectations are too high or unclear. Second, rules feel rigid and controlling. Third, the classroom feels more like a prison than a learning space. Fourth, students are afraid of making mistakes or speaking up. Conclusion: conflict in the classrooms normal, but that doesn't mean we should ignore it. When we take the time to understand where it's coming from, we can respond in a better way. Building a classroom that is respectful, calm, and supportive help everyone learn and grow, not just academically, but emotionally too. And this is the part 2. We have a 3 problem, and the first problem is Mr. Eleazar repeatedly had problem when leading a class discussion with his junior high school. No matter how involved in the topic the students were, There were usually several students sitting in the back who would talk, shout out silly answers, and play with objects they had brought from home. And this is the solving about the problem. Mr. Eliezer can rearrange the seating so the noisy students sit closer to the front or near the teacher. He can also set clear classroom rules about behavior during discussion and apply consistent consequence when rules are broken. Another approach is to involve two students directly by giving the small rules, like note taking or moderating, parts of the discussion so they feel more engaged and responsible. Second, Zevano was one of the most provocative and disruptive students Miss Giandra had ever taught. Throughout class, he continuously talked to girls and teased students sitting near him. He made inappropriate and sarcastic remarks in response to almost anything Miss Giandra said. When confronted by her, Zevano grinned calmingly and responded with exaggerated courtesy, to the delight of the other student. And the solving about the problem, Miss Giandra should talk to Zevano privately rather than confronting him in front of his peers, to let him know that his behavior is not acceptable. She could also collaborate with his parent and the school counselor for a deeper approach. It is important that she stay calm and doesn't get emotionally affected. Giving Zevano a special task or leadership responsibility might also help redirect his energy in a more positive way. And the last problem, Miss Yahezkiela was concerned about the frequent teasing that began in her class. It reached a point there was constant bickering among the students. They became so angry, began yelling, shouting, and shoving one another during class. And solving about the problem, Miss Yahezkiela can start by setting clear rules about respecting others banning any kind of teasing. She could hold special sessions to build empathy among students, perhaps through games or open discussion about how it feels to be teased. Students would tease should be dealt with firmly and privately. If needed, involve parents and the school counselor for further support.